What's going on, guys? It is Bernardo, and you just saw a quick unboxing on Lenovo's ThinkEdge SE450. So what comes inside the box? We have our compliancy notice pamphlet, which is also, I guess, our safety and warranty guide, right? We have a bunch of plugs to basically plug up any of the ports that you don't want to use on this particular server. And then we have two C3, C14 power plugs. Awesome. And we have the beautiful, wait a minute. Where's the server? Give me one sec. Oh, here we go. And then we have the beautiful ThinkEdge SE450 server. Look at that. That's a beast. Awesome. All right. So we're going to get into it right away. You saw the title of the video. We're going to configure the ThinkEdge SE450. Got to program that in my mind because I'm going to be saying that a lot. We're going to install VMware into this server to get it up and running. Before we even do that, we need to get a flash drive, right? A workstation so we could take our ISO, burn it into that flash drive. We're going to go over all that process. But before we do all that good stuff, I'm going to get my trusty little pocket camera right here. And we're going to deep dive and open this guy up and look inside of it because it is awesome. And there's a bunch of tricks that you need to actually do to open this guy up. And we're going to look at the motherboard, the processor, the memory that I got on this particular machine. Lenovo kind of hooked me up with this machine with a lot of memory. The hard drive, super hard to get into it. You got to actually know what to do. You know what? I'm going to stop talking and let's get right into it. All right, so let's start with the ports and features on the ThinkEdge SE450. All right, so this is not the back panel because you would think, well, some of the servers that I dealt with, the power supply is always at the back, but on the back side, there is the fans, which is weird, I know. So this is the front side on this particular server. So let's basically start on this end right here on the left side. And on the left side, we have basically our OCP 3.0 slots, which is our Ethernet ports right here. Right here, this is our management port. This is what we're going to hook up a cable to get into our remote XCC management to configure this guy. We got our VGA port. We also have an external, I think this is an external diagnostic port. You got your LED panels right here, which we're going to go over pretty soon. Don't worry about it. We have two 3.0 USB ports. We have an additional 2.0 USB port. This is for servicing the device. And then two power supplies, which is actually 1100 watts. Awesome. That's about it. Depending on what type of model you get, you are able to get it hooked up with Wi-Fi. But this guy doesn't have any Wi-Fi's. You do have 1, 2, 3, 4 PCIe slots, which allows you to hook up any cards in there. All right, so let's talk about the LED panel right here. Your indicators. On this one right here is your ThinkShield activation LED. This is actually your power port button. This one right here is your Ethernet activity. You have your ID button and LED. And right next to this guy, which is the exclamation point, this is your system error LED. All right, so on the top side, super kind of plain, but if you look on your left side right here, you have your LED indicators. This one right here is for power, your Ethernet indicator, your ID, system error indicator, your 5G network, and your Wi-Fi network. This is the key to unlock it and lock it down. We're going to be using that pretty soon. This button and this button, will allow us to press down and then slide it towards us to basically take it out, which we are going to be doing that pretty soon. Let's head back and take a look on the back side on the SE450. And yes, on the back side of the SE450, we have 6 fans. Awesome. And that's about it. That's the only thing that you have on the back side of this server. All right, so the time has come. Let's open this guy up. I found it super tricky to remove this key. It's driving me nuts. I actually had to get like a knife. Ooh, look at that, pretty. Whoa. So, see how easy was that? All right. So by design, it's already locked for you. So we're going to insert this fancy looking key. How fancy is that? Can you guys take a look at that? How fancy is that? Cool. So, boom, boom. So you got these little two guys. You're going to basically, push down, push, boom. And then let's remove. Awesome. Cool. On the panel, not wrong side. On the panel, like every server, right? Panel has the breakdown of what's what. We're not going to go over all this. We're going to go over some of the basic stuff. Cool. Let's put this to the side. And if you want to get access to like the memory, you got to actually, and the fans, this guy right here has like two little blue little mechanisms right here. So push them inside, and then this will release this as well. And it will give you full access to everything. Now, another thing you can remove is this guy right here. Right? You can remove this. And now you're able to see everything. So I'm going to get the little camera, and we're going to go really, really super close to all the parts. All right. Yes. This is how it looks. Beautiful. All right. So this guy only comes with one processor. You get 10 DIMM slots for memory. Lenovo actually hooked up this SE450 with 8 64 gig memory sticks. Holy crap, that's a lot. But once you remove that panel and that little black thing in the second panel for the power supplies, you got easy access to do whatever you need to do. Removing everything is super simple. So if I want to remove a power supply, just squeeze these two little guys and just lift, and then you're able to replace. The only thing that I found super difficult to get access is the hard drives. The hard drives are actually located right here in this cradle. So there's no hot swappable feature on this particular server, which is not a good thing. I actually have to shut it down completely to do any replacement on the hard drives. Now, to get into the hard drives, it is a problem. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we need to remove the PCIe risers, which you have one here and then one here. You're going to unscrew this guy right here, right? Once you unscrew that, then there's another screw, this guy right here. So this screw is for this riser, and this screw right here is for this riser. So once you unscrew this guy here, you pull up, then you have access to the hard drive cradle. But then there are one screw here, which you can't hardly see because there's cables, so make sure you don't damage the cable. And there is another screw over here. Then you're able to take this out and then have access to the hard drives. Lenovo only gave me maybe one of them, or I don't know. You're also able to hook up an M.2 solid state drive into this cradle right here. You just gotta unscrew this and then pull this out, and then hook up a M.2 solid state drive. Now I'm going to close up the server, plug in the keyboard and the mouse and a monitor, plug in the power cables, and then I'm going to set up my laptop so we can start getting that going. We need that bootable flash drive so we can boot into our flash drive to install our operating system. So let's get into that. All right. Okay, so it's time for us to get ready. What do you need? Flash drive. The one that I have is a SanDisk Ultra 3.0 64 gigs. I think if you get one 16 gigs, 32 gigs, it's not that bad. These guys are pretty cheap. You need a copy of VMware ISO, which I have, which I'm going to show you guys right now. So I'm going to do a Control E, and I actually have it inside my downloads folder. And there goes. This is this guy right here. Boom. Awesome sauce. And next thing that we need to get whatever utility you like to burn your ISOs into. I like to use Rufus. I've been using that for like many years. And that's what I'm going to use. So I'm going to plug in our flash drive into our computer or into my laptop. And Rufus automatically picks it up. I'm going to click on select, and it wants me to download something. I'm not going to update it. I'm going to leave it as is. Go inside your download and double click on that. Awesome. Target system, that's what I want. Label, boom, 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 and just click start. Yeah, choose yes to connect to the internet and download. No, leave the existing file. If you don't know what to do, select no. I'm going to say yes for now, right? Why not? Definitely wipe it clean. And it's going to start partitioning, formatting the flash drive, preparing it to boot into it, and we could start installing our VMware. Now, while that's doing that, I have a cheat sheet, and I'm just going to give you guys some specifications on this server. Now, form factor is a 2U form factor, and processor, it comes with one, like you guys saw, it only comes with one 3rd gen Intel Xeon Platinum processor, up to 36 cores. Holy crap. Wow. It has 6 bays that allows you to hook up 6 hard drives, 2.5, and you can also hook it up with 6 NVMe drives as well, and also 2 M.2 hard drives. RAID 1 configuration. For memory, again, 10 slots, and the max on memory is 1 terabyte. Wow, that's crazy. Expansion slots, there's 4 PCIe slots, 1 OCP, which OCP stands for Open Compute Project. That's the one where the Ethernet ports are located. For GPU, it just comes with, for GPUs, you can actually insert 4 single-wide GPU cards or 2 double-wide graphics cards. So you can actually hook this guy up with some nice graphic cards, you know, some NVIDIAs. Cool. For network, you have a LAN, which is LAN on motherboard adapter installed. For ports, we already went over some of the ports. Now for the HBA and the RAID support, HBA stands for Host Bus Adapter. You could do software RAID or hardware RAID, or basically SAS HBA on this particular server. Comes with dual redundant power supply, which, you know, I'm all for that. 2 power supplies is always a good thing. And operating system, it supports Microsoft, Windows, Red Hat, Ubuntu, CentOS, and VMware, which is what we have. Now, if you want to make sure if this machine supports the VMware that you're going to install, just go inside the VMware compatibility sites, look it up on the model. I think it only supports 8.0, which is what we're going to install, 7.0 up to 7.3. Okay, already completed, so I'm going to close this for now. Now let's boot this guy up, get into the xClarity controller management system so we can configure the hard drive. Hopefully I got 2 hard drives. I could probably do like a RAID 1, and then from there plug in the flash drive to boot into and start configuring. All right, so it's time for us to boot this guy up. I already got the power cables already hooked up. I'm gonna plug them into this power surge, and hopefully I don't blow myself up. All right, so the only thing that I forgot to do is insert the management port, the Ethernet cable, as well as the Ethernet cable right there. So I have some cables. I'm going to plug this guy in real quick. Awesome. And then I have another cable right here to plug that. All right, so even though we plugged the power cables into the SE450 and everything is like blinking, this amber light is freaking me out a little bit. We're gonna press the power button and the monitor is like right there. All right, so it's booting up. You guys can actually hear it. Hear the power. See what happens. See what we have here. First time booting it up with you guys, but can you hear like the fans? Like, wow. Fans are blowing pretty hard, pretty standard. Booyah. All right, what we need to do with F1, hit F1. I'm pressing F1. Oh, we got a system error already and then 2 warnings? All right, so 192, 168, 70, 125. 70, 125, all right? So right now I'm doing like a switch right here. I have my laptop and also the SE450 hooked up to here. Doesn't have any internet, so I actually have to configure my laptop to talk to this network so I could get into it. It has 512 gigabytes, and for the processor, 24 cores. Cool. And the xClarity provisioning manager is loading up. All right, so it looks like we got some problems. Let's set up the laptop so I could remote into here and then check it out. All right, so we have the IP address that the server has, which is 192.168.70.125. I need to configure this laptop to talk to this network, so let's get into that. So I'm gonna do a Windows I to open up the settings app, and this is making some weird noise. You hear it? That is freaky. That is driving me a little nuts. So from here, we're gonna go inside network and internet. We're going to go to Ethernet. We're going to click on change adapter options. It's gonna load this up. This is the one that we need to configure. So I'm gonna right click on it and I'm going to go inside properties. Now within properties, I'm gonna double click on the TCP IPv4 and the IP address that I'm gonna give it, 192.168.70. And because this guy is 125, let's give it 126. The subnet, I'm gonna leave it as is because it is the same subnet that the server has right now. And if you're probably saying to yourself, why are you pointing over there? I'm pointing over there because the monitor is right there, right? So that's the reason why I'm pointing over there. And we don't need a DNS, so we're gonna click OK, OK it, awesome, and then close this, close that. Open up your favorite browser. I'm gonna open up Microsoft Edge. Why not? Give it a chance. It's a good browser, you know. All right, I don't know. All right, so we're gonna type in 192.168.70, right? Because that's what I gave it, right? And 25. Hit enter. See what happens. Awesome. We're going to click advance, continue to 125. We do trust it because we're going to log in here. Beautiful. Now there's a pamphlet that actually gives you the username and password, and I forgot about it. I forgot. Let me grab that real quick. I got it. All right, super simple. The password and the username is this. Username is user ID. Wow. And the password is password. Got in. Awesome. All right. Boom. All right. So what is going on? So the power supply. Okay, we got 3 red little dots, which is freaking me out. What's going on? All right, it's not really telling me anything. Everything looks pretty kosher. Weird. Oh, let's go to events. Let's check into events. All right, whatever. The sensor for power supply 1 failure has transmitted a critical and less state. So one of the power supplies. Oh, okay. Got it. So it looks like the second power supply right here is not good. All right, Lenovo, you guys sent me a server with a bad power supply. What is going on? Holy moly. So that's the reason why I got that amber light, is because of the power supply. Crap. Bad power supply. Holy crap. All right. We're still able to use it. Still able to, take advantage of it. Let's click on storage and let's click on details. And they hooked us up with 2 solid state drives, which is 240 gigs, which is not that bad. We're going to do a RAID setup. Please wait while the RAID adapter is being initialized. Ooh, fancy. All right, 1 hour later, and we're still here. But check this out. So I was poking around because I was waiting for this. So I clicked on remote console, and I basically clicked on this little guy, gave me this. I left all the settings as is. I clicked on launch remote console, and it took me here. Yep, bypass that, and then you're actually able to see what's on the monitor. How cool is that, right? So we're gonna do it this way. Oh, also, I got the second power supply to work. Yes. So it was on me. The power cable wasn't plugged in all the way. Yeah, I know. It was a rookie mistake, sorry. Okay, so, but again, when I was poking around, I saw this within the RAID setup section. There's no supported RAID adapter found. Seriously? Seriously, Lenovo? I was about to say Microsoft, because everyone blames Microsoft for something, but Lenovo, yeah? You didn't hook me up with a RAID adapter? Sugar. All right, so because of that, what we are going to do is click on this little guy and click here, and I'm going to eject this guy. Actually, I could just plug it off because it's already ejected. And we're going to insert it into our server. And I'm going to plug something out. I don't need the USB mouse, so let's get that out here. And let's plug that in there. Awesome. And yeah, I actually fixed the power supply, because if you go to events, everything is green. Booyah. Nice. The date is super wrong, so that's definitely something that I might have to configure later on. But let's go into server configuration, go to boot options, and within boot options, let's click on the refresh. We're definitely going to do, we're gonna move USB up, right? Move it up again, move it up again. We want that USB storage to be the first thing that the machine captures during its BIOS process to start into, so we can install our operating system, right? All right, so restart server immediately, apply it, okay it. Boot setting is applied, restart command is sent to make it take effect, which is happening right now. I see it. Let's see if we're able to see it. Yes, we're able to see it. Beautiful. Yes, it is booting into the flash drive. Woo! Oh, yes. So we're at this stage right now. It finished processing itself on the flash drive. super simple, right? Just hit enter. Definitely F11 to accept the license and terms. And crap. F11 for me is opening up Teams. Get away, Teams, get away, get away. Get away. There we go. Awesome. Now it's scanning for any available devices. We should have 2 hard drives. Because this guy does not have a RAID adapter, thank you, Lenovo, I'm just gonna pick one, right? On the SE450, on the motherboard, on the left-hand side, if you're facing it to the point that you're able to power it on the motherboard, on the left side, there is a micro SD card slot that you are able to insert in a micro SD and, you know, install VMware that way. But it's a micro SD, man. It's like really small. I wouldn't trust that, but you could go that route or get another flash drive, install the hypervisor OS on that flash drive, and then make the flash drive the boot option. But for this video, I'm gonna take the first solid state drive to install the operating system, and I'm just gonna hit enter. US for default. Enter a root password and confirm it. So enter your password, make sure you remember it. For this video, I am going to do password, hit enter, and definitely F11 to start the installation. It's gonna start installing. Once it's completed, we are going to configure a IP address on it. And once we install an IP address, I'm actually gonna install the IP address range of 192.168.70 just to make it super simple. And then we will see if it loads up, log in, and then we're good to go. All right, so the installation is completed. It wants us to remove the installation media before rebooting. So let's remove the flash drive. Awesome. And we are going to hit enter to reboot the server. It's rebooting right now. Once it reboots, we're going to get into the network configuration and configure a IP address to it. And once that happens, we're gonna open up another tab, enter that new IP address. I'm probably going to give it, let's say, 7127, because the laptop right now is running 126. The SE450 is running 125. And we're gonna give the hypervisor 127, right? So we're gonna wait until it boots up, and once it finishes booting up, we're gonna log in. Okay, so we are finished. It's time for us to configure an IP address. Again, I don't have like a DHCP server running. I have like an old school. This is what I have. Let me see if I could show you guys real quick. This is what I got. You know what I'm saying? A laptop. One cable goes into the Ethernet laptop, and we have the management. That's it. Boom. There's no internet access at all. It's just like a private network, right? So let's get in here, and we are going to do F2. Press F2. Enter your password. Make sure you remember it. Boom, and we are going to go inside configure management network. We're going to go inside IPv4 configuration, and we're going to do a static. And the IP address is going to be 192.168.70. Again, the Xclarity management was, crap, I forgot what it was. 125. 126 is my laptop, and I'm gonna give this guy 127 with 255, 255, 2550, right? That's gonna be the subnet, which is I think 24, subnet of 24. No default gateway. We're gonna hit enter. Excellent. We are going to escape. Y for yes, because it needs to restart itself to apply the settings. Beautiful. We're going to escape. It's gonna log us out. 192.168.70. Cool. I'm going to do a Control T to open up a new tab, and let's type in that IP address, 127, and hit enter. Yes. Click advance. Connect to the IP address. Ooh, sweet. Oh, this is nice. We're gonna enter root, the password, hit enter, and if everything goes well, it should log us in. Booyah. No, I don't want to join. Hit OK, and that's it. Awesome sauce. Beautiful. Let's go to storage. It's only reading one data store. What happens if I click on new data store? I just want to poke around. I want to create a new VMFS, which is VMware File System Data Store. Click next here. Ooh, nice. Let's call this BTNHD. Click next. Default and finish. And yes. Now the second hard drive, I could use it to store my virtual machines, and we're good to go. And that's it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video on installing VMware vSphere version 8.0, because that's the one we installed together on Lenovo's ThinkEdge SE450. Yes. All right. And I catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.